Hello. Today I'm going to read a book you might not have heard of. It's called Things by Roger Hargreaves. And of course, he did the Mr. Men. You might not have heard of this one. So I'm going to read it and show you the visuals at the same time. So it's the beginning. Things. They're all painting away. They're quite unusual. So it's very different to his Mr. Men style. Roger Hargreaves Things. All packed up in a suitcase. And I think you can see him squished up. And this was done in 1981. Once in a country called Nowhere, I heard a strange sort of call. I looked and I looked for something, but there was nothing at all. Nothing, just a cloud. But then, things started to happen. I could hardly believe my eyes. There were things jumping all over Nowhere. Things of all colours and sizes. Look at this amazing image. You must have enjoyed doing that. And they've got slight different colours. There's dark green, dark blue, dark red. That's quite a bit made you jump when you turn the page. There were round things and square things, triangular too, and some things I think should have been in a zoo. Kind of elephant. Looks like a circus. In charge of a circus there. And there's a giraffe. And there you can see some of the triangle ones. First things first, cried one thing. Driving in, he knocked me flat. Sorry, but I'm just on one of those things, he laughed and raised his hat. And there's him knocking over people. His lovely old-fashioned car. The bigger the better, a huge thing said with a large, enormous shout. A little thing looked up at him. Gosh, look at that. I wonder if this scared children, this book. It's quite... Eee. And a little thing knocked him out. Oh dear. Just knocked him out. Bouncing on his nose. We're the little things in life that count, the little things cheered. And then, while the big thing couldn't believe it, they counted up to 10. I'll just show you one more time. There's the counted up to 10. He's got a gap in his tooth in one of them, isn't he? Okay. It was just one thing after another, and things all over the place. Have you ever seen anything like it? A thing with a grin on his face. That huge grin. I don't know if we would like to meet one of those walking down the street. Let's get things in perspective, said a voice. Oh, yes, I said. Yes, please. Well, well, he said. Now there's a thing. He's got a telescope. He's looking at the moon. The moon is made of cheese. Look at that amazing image. I think he won't have much to sit on if he keeps eating it. There's one fishing, one balancing. Now with this image, I remember Mr. Men Annual, which is book number 4, and inside the Mr. Men on the Moon. It's kind of similar, so it reminded me of that one. Right, on with the story. So back to the moon. I'm something in the city, said one thing, and quite set in my routine. I work each day from 9 to 5 if I catch the 8:15. There's a nice old-fashioned outfit. Running as fast as he can. I think he's lost his hat and his shoes. Well, let's don't wear shoes to me. Then something else again appeared with a cry of, have a nice day. How every little thing with you, he said. I'm from the USA. And I'm afraid, because he's smoking a cigar, it might not be reprinted, this book, unless they can edit it out. But as It was quite acceptable in those days. But there you are. A bright young thing danced up to me. She seized me by the hand. Come and waltz with me, she said, and then I heard the band. I know, a very 1920s looking lady. Very hairy thingy. Oh, there's the band. Look at that. The banjo, trumpet, all the musical notes all around. And one of them finds it a bit too noisy. Nice, funny drummer. Things were different in my day. An old thing grumbled to me. Nothing's the same anymore, said he. Things aren't what they used to be. And there he is, having a grumble. Got his night hat cap on. You're right, I said. I do agree. Things are much, much worse. What nonsense, said another thing. I think she was a nurse. Put out your tongue, she told me. When I did, she shook her head. I think you caught something, she said, and the place for you is bed. And there's the nurse telling you you've got to go to bed. Not well. I like the old-fashioned outfits. It's like fun. So I went to bed to forget them, but tried to sleep as I might. They kept me awake until morning, those things that go bump in the night. Look at that. Oh, that would keep you awake, wouldn't it? Their pink tongues. In the morning I looked through the window. It really was quite absurd. Things are going from bad to worse, I cried, but nobody heard. There you are, we're all on the bus. It's got a sign saying going from worse to bad, or bad to worse. It's on the number plate. It says you are 12. I wonder what that's about. One of his children became 12 at that time. And bus is number 3, and it says buy more things. Oh, there's a thing hanging off the back. He liked drawing buses, Roger, and his Mr. Men books. A very different art style. I made myself some breakfast, but 2 greedy things ate it all up. One even ate the plate as well, and the other one swallowed a cup. A big greedy thing. He's got a belt. He's got a belt and braces. Hopefully it'll stay up, his trousers. But then a funny thing happened. Hello, he laughed. It's me. I know a thing or two, he said. In fact, a thing or 3. And there's the clown thing. Huge flower. So it's not like Mr. Funny, and it's very different, isn't it? Things are getting me down, I groaned. Don't worry, he replied with a grin. Things are on the up and up. Don't worry about a thing. And there's the hot air balloon going up and up, going up into the sky. 1 in the cloud there, 2 in the cloud. 3, or quite a few in the cloud actually. There's the balloons. Just take things easy, one thing said, and that way you will keep everything in order. And that's when he went to sleep. Let's go to sleep. It's a bit wide awake to me, but I'm sure he'll go to sleep. So impressive, this large format book for this type of art. So eye-popping. Let's get things moving, came a shout. All right, you thing, fall in. Left, right, left, right, left, right, quick march. Come along, you lazy thing. Look at that big mouth, that little Miss Bossy. Now things have taken off at last. Things are flying high. Come fly with us, they shouted out. But I can't fly, said I. There's a lovely old-fashioned aeroplane. Uh, all balancing away, or someone rowing in a cloud. They're funny things. They have very unusual teeth, don't they? Uh, Everything in the garden is lovely, and things I might suggest, much to my astonishment, have turned out for the best. And there's Wisdom. She's having an orange drink. Then all of a sudden, in nowhere, as if they've never been, I couldn't see a thing at all. There was nothing to be seen. So all black. I must have been seeing things. I thought I must have dreamt it all. But then, the last thing I saw. He was very, very small. There he is. Just very small. Not nearer. Goodbye, goodbye, old thing, I said to him. Goodbye, he said to me. But one last thing he said to me. I'm not a he, I'm a she. Well, there you are. Now we know. And there's the end. It's good fun in it. And there's Mr. Rush type. Mr. Rush always had that kind of clouds. Yeah. And there's the shadow he liked to draw. So it's got a bit of Mr. Men art type, but it's very different. So that was Things. So I recommend this book. You can find it on eBay. And I thought I'd show you the pictures. Very good fun. Okay, thank you very much. Bye for now.